Okay, it's April 5th of our Lord's year 2016. This will be the First Amendment test. This is a Riverside County, state of California. It's a like a substation, if you will. Sheriff Forensic Lab. And this is the First Amendment test slash audit slash some guy trying to exercise his First Amendment, so he must be a terrorist. Let's see. Okay, Sheriff Station Forensic Lab. Uh, it's approximately 1:30 p.m. And law enforcement vehicles only. Yeah, this one appears to be a I'm going to grab my other camera here. Entry into this facility requires the display of an identification badge at all times. Visitors must obtain a visitor's badge from the reception. Law enforcement may display an official badge or ID card. It really doesn't identify what is city property versus public property. I know that this sounds kind of odd, but like it could be a city property in which, or county, in which the agent of the owner, well, this one's got to be a public sidewalk. And these First Amendment tests, so what we're not pushing the boundaries of the First Amendment. We're exercising our First Amendment. Totally different. Let's see. I have another camera here. Yeah, really pretty big lens, you know. So we'll see what we could do with this. Problem with this, see how that there's a sidewalk in front of the location. Okay, so I'm across the street. I really don't think that this is all of this is the definitely a public property here. I mean, it's a sidewalk. 137B Bravo is the I don't know what, like I said, in most cities, states, county, and whatever municipality, they have what they call an easement, which represents a neutral property in which the private property and public property merge. Usually in some cities it's 5 to 8 to 10 feet. Check your local listings for details. Never been to this facility. And if I'm shaking the camera too much, it's because I'm walking right now, as you can tell. This here, as you can see, it's don't know what this, again, see, when you do these films, if you're a novice and want to go into exercise your First Amendment audit, First Amendment test, Sheriff Station, visitors parking only. So, now this is not the main one, not the main. This looks more like a forensic for the county of Riverside. So it's hard to distinguish what is public and private property. Now, the private property is under control of an agent over the owner, which could mean anything from a security guard to a police officer to a state employee. And right now I'm definitely on public property / private property, because in this case this is a real gray area on my reason. It's now the first thing I do in this case, it's my way of doing it, read all the signs. Report an emergency, police officers pick up this phone, lavar tus manos. Lávate de este teléfono para llamar a un policía. Jeez, I wonder what that means. And office hours. I don't see anywhere where it says anything about videotaping. I don't get that. This is the 5th district. No, no, thank you. I can?
I know you can, I'm just asking why.
I can, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason. I do a lot of things that I can do. I'm also looking for signs of any kind of warning. There isn't any. So. Come here at an angle so you can see the picture. Come out at another angle so you can see the picture. Oh, these hallowed halls. And restrooms. So in this case, what happens is if they send someone out, a representative, get their name, badge ID, et cetera, their position, under color of what authority they're asking you to leave.
Hey sir, how's it going? Deputy Golf Sheriff's Department, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I was just asking if I could answer any questions for you.
Do you have a FOIA request form, or do you just do it on a regular form?
I'm sorry, what kind of request?
FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act.
I can find out. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I wasn't sure if you needed help with any.
Well, I called to see your local or your main station, and these, and as you know, every time I call dispatch, if you're not in that district, they won't get you through it. You know, it's hard to explain. You have like 5 or 6 800 numbers, but when I call, it says you cannot make this call in your area. So anyway, so I tried.
We're all broken down by our station coverage.
Yeah,
area.
it's rather.
So this is for Menifee, Paris, Canyon Lake, like all the way up to Woodcrest, all the way down south. So
Okay,
like
well, I could just tell you what my intent. I wanted to file a FOIA request. I don't know if we have to go through the legal matter or if you have a general form. And the FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act, is the policy governing videotapes. I'm planning on videotaping a lot of you guys, and you know how I'm confident you have a computer and you're adverse in said computer. So you go on YouTube and they're violating your First Amendment rights.
No, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So that's I'm one of those is the people. but I just want to file a FOIL request, or you could give to me voluntarily the reference to video cameras. Do you have such a policy? Are you aware?
Off the top of my head, I don't know
Okay.
of a specific form that we hand out. I
Yeah.
can find out for you real quick.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, I'm Dan, by the way.
Dan,
What's your name?
you can call me Jim.
Jim?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. All right, give me a minute, I'll find out about that form. You guys don't have any freedom of information act
It's always best to get the First Amendment, if you want to back up your rights. If their personal policy interferes with your First Amendment rights, we all know that the federal government and the federal laws and cases adjudicated through federal law is and will take precedence over any municipality, may it be county, state, local, city.
When you get the documents from the bank, you can just bring them back here and leave them for them, and they'll give it to me. Okay? Thank you.
It doesn't make sense. Use a gun and you're done. That's pretentious. You're automatically assuming. Yeah, this doesn't apply to police officers, I guess, but you're automatically assuming utilizing a firearm in the provision of crime or to preserve life, may it be that of you or another. And all of that, yeah, use a gun and you're done. This is what I mean by being one-sided. It's pretty stupid. No fireworks. Well, there goes my day. I've got 4 cameras with me. This is the only one running at this time, but I got a backup to a backup to a backup. Then I got a backup camera. This is what I don't understand. Well, I guess it would be police services. The important thing is to look for any signs identifying photography laws, rules, policy, because I don't understand why they're so sensitive about cameras, and yet they will not post anything stating no video beyond this point. That doesn't make sense. It helps us out because they could always post a sign whether it's within the law or not. Very much like use a gun, you're done. That's, yeah, I got a pet peeve on that one. I noticed his badge has got an extra band on it for some reason. Maybe it's reserve.
Okay, I checked. We don't have like a standardized department form, but what you can do is you can send us a letter basically stating what it is you're looking for, and then we'll just review it, make sure that there's nothing that would be any type of sensitive material that could jeopardize any type of case or anything.
Indeed. Okay. I was going to put in the FOIL request, but I don't know what your personal policy is. Like it's a tangible form. And you're saying that just to write it on a letter and send it, correct?
Yeah, just send it here to the station, just have your contact information on there, so that way if we need to clarify what it is you're asking,
Okay.
then we can at least reach out to you, try and make sure that we're on the same page on
Oh,
what
yes,
information
indeed.
you're looking for.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Not a problem. Do you need a business card or anything? It has all our address and phone
No,
number.
I'm fine.
All right, sir.
I appreciate your time. I'm not being facetious. I really do. Thank you. Okay. All right. Riverside County Sheriff, A plus. That was great. The gentleman was helpful, didn't have an attitude. I'm speechless, absolutely speechless. No, it's not that I get off at the, getting beaten up by men in handcuff. I mean, not right now. It's the fact is, it has to do with your First Amendment rights. This is great. That gentleman, if any of his superiors are watching this, A plus. The gentleman is perfect. That's what we need in today's law enforcement. That gentleman was perfect. The girls, I understand their concern, but there is no sign saying you can't photograph. But this gentleman knew I was recording, didn't have a problem, being helpful, didn't have the information, didn't pretend to know the information, didn't give out wrong information, didn't talk out of his other orifice. No, this gentleman was and is an upstanding individual. That is my great. I mean, I'm absolutely speechless. Kudos, Riverside Sheriff. You guys passed. That's absolutely great. And this concludes this amendment test. A plus for the Riverside Sheriff's Office in the County of Riverside, in and for the state of California. Thanks again.